10 most dangerous places for tourists around the world. So are you interested in traveling the world? Do you want to travel across different continents just for the hell of it? Maybe to appreciate the diversity that makes up the human race all around the world across different continents. But while traveling the world, you need to stay guided. There are places that you shouldn't venture into. There are places that do not support human life, and there are places that are very violent and you shouldn't venture into. So in this video, we're going to disclose 10 most dangerous places. So when you travel, if you find yourself in this continent or in this country where these places are situated, you stay guided and you keep off from these destinations, okay? So if you're interested in this content, if you're interested in this topic, why don't you think about going down and smashing the subscribe button, because we come out with this type of content every Mondays, okay? So stay tuned, I'll be back with more.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical, all the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral, maximum damage.
Hello YouTube, hello Chronicles, how are you all doing today? Now in this video we're going to be talking about the 10 most dangerous places around the world for tourists to travel to. We have so many places to cover, so we're not going to waste more time. We're going to get right into it. The first place, the first destination is the Death Road. Like the name suggests, this is one of the most dangerous roads in the world. The road spans 43 miles or 69 kilometers. This dangerous road is situated in Bolivia. This road is extremely dangerous because it's prone to landslide. There's a segment of the road that is divided by a waterfall. It's always very foggy. Now this road connects a part of the Amazon forest to the capital of Bolivia. And when you hear about the Amazon forest, you're talking about a very fertile land where farmers go to farm or to grow their crops. So usually they take these crops or timber or whatever it is they are farming in that segment of the Amazon forest. They take it, they crisscross this road on their way to the capital of Bolivia to supply these crops to the market. Now, this road is very dangerous because before 1994, 300 people lose their lives annually just to this road. This road is situated almost at the side of a cliff that is 2,000 feet high. So usually when a car or a vehicle falls from the side of this cliff, there's no surviving it, guys. You fall to your death. Before 1994, lots of people lost their life in this 43-mile span of road connecting the Amazon forest to the capital. Number two is the Snake Island. The Snake Island is one of the most deadliest places on earth. It's 25 miles off the coast of Brazil. It's so dangerous that no local dares walk into this island. There was a rumor back in the day that a fisherman wandered into the Snake Island and he wasn't seen for many weeks after he was reported lost, and eventually his boat floated back into the Brazilian canal and they found him dead in the boat, and the boat was all soaked in blood, and it was a very horrific scene. Now this was a rumor, okay? That's just paint the myth as to how dangerous the Snake Island is. The Snake Island is so dangerous that the Brazilian government has designated this destination as a no-fly zone. So they've cordoned off this island from the rest of the other part of Brazil. Nobody ventures into this island. That's how dangerous it is. The threat of this island comes from the golden lance head snake. Now this is a very rare type of viper whose bite kills you in less than 3 seconds. It's a very rare snake. It's not seen in any part of the world except in the Snake Island. Apparently, there are lots of golden lancehead snakes in the Snake Island, making it very, very dangerous for tourists who look to travel the world. And don't forget, it's off the coast of Brazil. So if you find yourself in Brazil, you need to be with a tour guide so you don't wander into the Snake Island. Number 3 is Lake Natron. Lake Natron is known as one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. So inhospitable means it doesn't support human habitation. So it's very, very dangerous that humans do not survive this particular environment. Lake Natron is located somewhere in the northern part of Tanzania. This lake has a high concentration of sodium carbonate decahydrate. Sodium carbonate decahydrate makes the water from this lake very corrosive to the human skin and eyes. So this alone tells you how dangerous Lake Natron is. The lake also is home to the red colored bacteria, probably why the lake has this pink red coloration. Another thing you need to know about Lake Natron is it's always hot. It's like a geyser all year round. This lake is very, very, very inhospitable to humans. So if you find yourself in the northern part of Tanzania, you need to be wary of Lake Natron. It's very, very bad for you, buddy. The water, due to the high level of sodium carbonate decahydrate, the water is very corrosive to the human skin and blinding to the human eye, making it one of the most dangerous destinations around the world for tourists. Number 4 is Oymyakon. Oymyakon is a place in Russia that has very extreme climatic conditions. It's a very small village located in Yakunsky district of Russia. This village is characterized by very, very, very low temperatures. We're talking about temperatures as low as minus 40 degrees Celsius. The weather condition of Oymyakon is characterized by very low temperatures. We're talking about minus 40 degrees Celsius or minus 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Very, very low. We're talking about an environment or a climatic condition where you take boiling water and you throw it in the air, and before the water even touches the ground, it's turned to ice. Very, very sub-zero temperature. Okay, so this weather in Yakunsky, it's so bad, it doesn't support the growth of plants. So there's no vegetation. Obviously, there's no vegetation there, then it's very hard for you to get food to eat or even get water to drink. The weather condition in this part of the world is so bad that the population of people in Yakunsky is literally 500 people. Okay, I wonder what kind of people these are. Maybe they're going to be maybe they might look like people from the scene or the cast of the Vikings, like abnormal or genetically modified people who you wonder how someone can live in a place with a temperature of minus 40 degrees. But they only have a population of 500 people in this locality. So you need to be guided. If you find yourself in Russia, you need to be guided. And when you see a signpost that reads Yakunsky, you need to be guided that they have a temperature, or the regular temperature of this place all year round is minus 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's not habitable for people. Number 5 is called the Death Valley. Now, the Death Valley is one of the most extreme places on Earth. The Death Valley is a desert valley located between California and Nevada border. The temperature in this desert is very, very extreme. It's very, very high. The lowest temperature, the lowest overnight temperature of the Death Valley is 108.1 degrees Fahrenheit. We're talking about low temperature at night, okay? 108.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Its temperature during the day goes as high as 127 degrees Fahrenheit. We're talking about extreme temperature. There are very few deserts around the world, like we're talking about the desert in the Middle East or some deserts in Africa that can compete with these figures in temperature that the Death Valley poses. It's very, very extreme. It doesn't support any vegetation or human habitation. So you might want to keep off the Death Valley if you're traveling from California to Nevada or from Nevada to California. You might want to keep away from the Death Valley. It's one of the most dangerous places on earth. Now, places that have this high amounts of temperature or this high temperature values, usually you could get very dehydrated, you could get second-degree sunburns. You don't want to be that kind of person that loses his life just because he didn't stay guided on where to and where not to venture into when you're touring the world. Number six is the Skeleton Island. The Skeleton Island is one of the most harshest islands you could ever venture into around the world. Now, in the list of all the islands around the world, the Skeleton Island is one of the harshest places you could ever find yourself or venture into. The Skeleton Island is spread between South Angola and North Namibia. Okay, so it's a coastline that stretches from South Angola to North Namibia. It stretches from the Konene River to the Swakop River. Obviously, from the Konene River, which is in South Angola, to the Swakop River, which is somewhere in North Namibia. The reason why the Skeleton Island is not inhabitable is due to its elevated temperature, hot winds, lack of food, lack of elements that supports life. Plus, there's a lot of gang-related and pirate-related activity in the Skeleton Island. So I'm sure when you watch the news, you hear about pirate activity off the coast of Mozambique. Obviously, the Skeleton Island is a place where pirates actually dock the ship to probably pillage boats that have been hijacked or vessels that have been taken at sea. So it's so not inhabitable. The natural elements do not support life. Plus, the other activities like piracy and gang-related activities do not support human life. So if you find yourself in Africa, particularly somewhere in South Angola or even in North Namibia, you need to be wary of this particular location and try to keep off from this place. It's one of the most dangerous places in the world. In fact, the Skeleton Island is also characterized by skeletons. If you get to the coast, you see skeletons of dead animals, dead people, dead elephants, skeletons of dead elephants and stuff like this. It gives it this ominous airy feel to it that tells you need to keep off from this location. Number seven is the Danaku Desert. The Danaku Desert is an area that still has a very active volcano, okay? It's a very active volcanic site. It's one of the most inhabitable places in the world and is located somewhere in East Africa. The Danaku Desert gives out temperature figures above 50 degrees centigrade or 122 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very, very hot. And this area has a lot of active volcanoes, has a lot of geysers. You know what geysers are? Geysers are hot springs. And also, it's not out of place to see poisonous gases being spewed out from different parts of the ground in this desert. So the air is very, very poisonous. It has a high concentration of sulfur vapor. If you're very versatile with your chemistry, you're gonna learn that you don't breathe in sulfur. Sulfur doesn't get into your mouth, doesn't get into your nose, doesn't get into your eyes. it's very, very dangerous. Okay, a mixture of sulfur and oxygen gives your sulfur oxide, and if you put that in water, then it gives you that sulfuric acid, which is very corrosive to your skin. Okay, so wherever there's sulfur, there's very little to no support of life. There's no vegetation, there's no real life form in this place, because sulfur does not really support life. It's safe to say Danaku Desert is one of the most dangerous places in the world, and if you are traveling and you find yourself somewhere in East Africa, then I would advise that you look out for where the deserts are, and if you see, or if your tour guide tells you, oh, that's the Danaku Desert, I suggest you go the other way, okay, because you don't want to lose your life because you're traveling the world. Number eight is the gate of hell. The Turkmenistan Davazar gas crater is also known as the gate of hell. It's a natural gas field in an underground cave. Many years ago, I think this was in the late 60s, geologists set this natural gas field aflame. Okay, so they set fire to this natural gas field so that they could stop or halt the spread of methane gas. So they felt if they set this natural gas on fire, if they set it aflame, it is going to keep burning, and the more it burns, the more it keeps the methane gas from spreading to other parts. And this is where it gets interesting. This natural gas reserve that has the methane gas that was set aflame has been burning since 1971. That's how huge, or that's how rich a gas deposit is found in this area. And that's why it's called the Gate of Hell, because it's so hot. It's located in the middle of Karakum. Now, Karakum is a place that is 260 kilometers away from the Turkmenistan capital. It's near a village called Dawizi. The gas reserve found in this location is one of the world's most expensive gas reserves. It's so expansive, it's so huge. But like I said, geologists, in order to prevent the methane gas from spreading to the capital, they set it aflame so that it's going to keep burning. The more it keeps burning, the more the gas is prevented from spreading to where people live in the capital. Because of how hot this place is, because of the temperature of this place, it's very uninhabitable for people, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world. Number nine is the North Sentinel Island. So the North Sentinel Island is a place described with words such as forbidden, dangerous, and mysterious. It is located in the Andaman Islands. The reason why this place is so dangerous is because the people who inhabit the North Sentinel Islands are still very ancient in their beliefs, in their practices. I don't know where you watch movies about ancient red Indians, those ones that have marks on their faces, those ones that put the bird feathers for a crown on their hair, those ones that still wear animal skin on their body. Now, the North Sentinel Island, it's still like this. You know, the inhabitants of the North Sentinel Island are so detached from Western life or Western civilization that whenever tourists find their way to this island, the people of the North Sentinel Island feel threatened. They feel very threatened, and they go on the offensive. Now, they don't go on the defensive. Now, going on the defensive is, oh, Western people, man with glasses, man with face cap, oh, man with camera, I'm running. That's not what they do. When they see tourists coming their way, they attack. They capture these tourists, and more often than not, they get these tourists killed because they want to keep their identity and their location hidden. They want to be so disconnected from Western civilization that nobody even knows that they exist. So when they see tourists, they attack tourists. They believe that if they kill this particular tourist, then there's no way people are going to know that this particular enclave of people exists. So it makes this place one of the most dangerous places to travel to around the world. Number 10 is the Madidi Natural Park. The Madidi Natural Park is located along the Amazon forest in Bolivia. Okay, now the Madidi Natural Park is a very, very dangerous place because it has a very huge array of plant life and animal life. When we're talking about poisonous plants that cannot be eaten, we're talking about poisonous plants that where you come in contact with your skin and maybe there's a minor cut or bruise from this plant, your skin gets poisoned and you could die. We're talking about very dangerous animals in this park. Now this natural park is so dangerous that the government of Bolivia has cordoned off the Madidi Natural Park from people to come visit unless you have a tour guide, because you could wander off and find yourself in the mouth of a huge monstrous alligator, or you could wander off and turn dinner for a pack of lions. So it's a very, very dangerous place for you to be by yourself. And the only way you can visit this natural park is with the help or by seeking the services of a tour guide. Now guys, so there you have it, the list of 10 of the world's most dangerous places that are not inhabitable for people, or that you could lose your life if you go to these places without the aid or the services of a tour guide. Okay, so if you're traveling the world, I want you to have these destinations in mind. They're not destinations that you could take lightly. The destinations that if you venture into, you might not venture out of. Okay, so I want to believe that this video has been helpful to you or someone out there. I want to believe now you know 10 places that you shouldn't travel to, or if you want to go to, you might need to seek the services of a tour guide to venture into. Okay, if this video has been helpful to you, why don't you think about going down and doing your boy a favor, smash the subscribe button, support what we're trying to do, help us grow this community so more people will be aware of what we're doing and catch our content when they drop. Now, if you like the videos we put out, why don't you go to the side of the subscribe button and click on the button there, turn on the notification bell, so you're going to tell the YouTube algorithm that the contents we drop are something that are meaningful to you, so they can show it to more people like you across the world. Okay, and if you have friends and family members that like to travel a lot, why don't you think about sharing this video with them so they can stay guided on their next adventures. Okay, and don't forget, you can always get close to Fuse by following me on Instagram. I think my Instagram handle is just up there. It's at Fuse Chronicles. Very simple, very easy to remember. Okay, so don't forget, I always say, it's your property to stay happy. Happiness is your property. It's not in my place to make you happy, but it's in your place to make yourself happy. Whatever toxic situation you might be in, I want you to distance yourself from that situation and get to a happy place. Okay, until the next one, it's still your boy Fuse. Have a good week ahead. Bye bye for now.